Every single year, nearly 41% of seniors over 60 are hospitalized due to food-related complications that could have been prevented with simple choices. And do you know what one of the most common culprits hiding in plain sight is? Cheese. Doctors know there are hundreds of ways seniors can go wrong with cheese. In fact, there are over 294 common mistakes people make with dairy. But here's the terrifying truth. Only 8 of them are truly fatal. 8 tiny errors that transform cheese from comfort food into a silent killer. And seniors over 60 are the most vulnerable of all. Why? Because the aging body simply can't fight back the same way it once did. What a 30-year-old shrugs off with an antacid could land a senior in the hospital, or worse. Let me put it bluntly. A simple midnight snack of melted cheese can trigger a 33% higher risk of nighttime blood pressure spikes. And the scariest part, you won't even feel it happening. No alarms, no pain, just silent damage building up day after day until it finally breaks you. That's why in this video we will reveal the 8 most dangerous mistakes seniors make with cheese, ranked from number 8 all the way down to the single worst mistake that could cut years off your life. And stick around, because number 3 is so shocking scientists themselves called it alarming. Chances are you've already made it this week. References for every fact are in the description. Never trust blindly, check the science yourself. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. Where are you watching from, and how often does cheese show up in your weekly meals? I go through the comments daily and love replying back. You'll probably see my response under yours. Now, without any further ado, let's start with mistake number 8 and why it's ruining so many seniors' nights. Number 8. Eating cheese right before bed. One of the biggest mistakes seniors make is eating cheese late at night, often just before bed. Cheese is heavy in saturated fat and protein that requires strong stomach acid and long digestion. For seniors, stomach acid production is already reduced with age, meaning digestion slows dramatically. When you eat cheese before lying down, food sits in your stomach for hours, fermenting, causing reflux, bloating, and poor sleep quality. A 2019 study from the American Journal of Gastroenterology reported that seniors who consumed dairy before bed had 33% higher rates of nighttime acid reflux, directly linked to disrupted sleep and increased blood pressure at night. Picture this. Harold, 71, loved his midnight cheese snack. Within weeks, he began waking at 2 a.m. gasping for air with burning in his chest. Doctors diagnosed him with severe reflux that had already scored his esophagus. The science is simple. When you lie down, gravity no longer helps keep stomach contents in place. Fat slows stomach emptying and dairy proteins linger. The acidic backflow irritates the throat, raises nighttime cortisol, and spikes blood pressure. That's why many seniors wake with headaches and racing hearts after late-night cheese. Worse, poor sleep compounds every chronic disease. Lack of deep sleep elevates stroke risk, weakens memory, and raises inflammation markers. One simple habit, skipping cheese before bed, can prevent a cascade of problems. While timing matters, the type of cheese you choose can make things even deadlier. Number 7. Choosing processed cheese slices. Another fatal mistake seniors often make is relying on processed cheese slices, the so-called American cheese that melts perfectly on a burger or sandwich. These slices aren't real cheese. They are manufactured products made from leftover dairy, oils, emulsifiers, artificial colorings, and enormous amounts of sodium. A single slice can contain 350 to 400 milligrams of sodium, and most seniors eat 2 or more at once. That's nearly half a senior's safe daily limit in one sitting. Studies have shown that seniors who consume processed cheese have 22% higher rates of hypertension and 18% higher risk of stroke, compared to those who stick with natural cheeses like mozzarella or feta. The chemical emulsifiers used in these slices disrupt gut bacteria, making digestion harder and worsening bloating, cramps, and irregular bowel movements. Here's a true-to-life scenario. Denise, 68, thought she was doing her body a favor by switching from butter to a grilled cheese sandwich every evening. Within months, her doctor warned her that her blood pressure was climbing dangerously, despite her medications staying the same. The culprit? processed slices packed with sodium and preservatives. The deeper danger is hidden in the way these slices are digested. Unlike natural cheese, which contains probiotics and nutrients, processed cheese is dead food. No beneficial bacteria, no natural enzymes, only artificial binders that inflame your gut lining. That inflammation travels, raising CRP markers in your blood, damaging blood vessels, and setting the stage for heart attacks. So, while bedtime cheese wrecks your nights, processed cheese slices silently destroy your days. And if you think that's bad, wait until you see the next mistake, because it's hiding in plain sight in nearly every senior's fridge. Number 6. Microwaving cheese until it burns. This may sound harmless, but one of the worst mistakes seniors make is microwaving cheese until it burns. It's quick, it's convenient, and it feels like an easy way to melt it over bread or pasta. But what actually happens inside that microwave is far more dangerous than most people realize. When cheese burns, the fats and proteins undergo a process called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs for short. These are toxic compounds formed when proteins and sugars are overheated, and they've been linked in multiple studies to accelerated aging, stiffening of arteries, and higher risk of kidney and heart disease. In fact, research from the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that seniors with the highest intake of AGEs had a 35% faster decline in kidney function over just 5 years compared to those who avoided burned foods. Think about it. That golden crisp edge of cheese that looks so delicious is actually a toxic minefield. When you microwave cheese to the point it browns, you're not just losing its natural nutrients. You're loading your body with compounds that stiffen blood vessels, raise inflammation, and put pressure on already aging kidneys. This is especially serious for seniors because kidneys naturally lose efficiency after 60, filtering waste more slowly and struggling against added toxins. Take Leonard, 73, who loved crisping shredded cheese in his microwave as a quick snack. Within months, he noticed his ankles swelling, his blood pressure climbing, and his energy dropping. Doctors discovered his kidney markers were declining faster than expected, partly triggered by his diet filled with browned and burned foods. And the damage doesn't stop at the kidneys. AGEs from overheated cheese bind to collagen, the protein that keeps your skin elastic and your joints flexible. That binding stiffens tissues, making arthritis more painful, skin more wrinkled, and blood vessels less able to expand. It's like pouring glue into your body's wiring, slowly locking it up. The good news? You don't have to give up melted cheese. Heating it gently on the stove, baking at lower temperatures, or even microwaving it for shorter intervals can give you the melt without the burn. The line between a comforting snack and a toxic hit is thinner than most seniors realize, and every scorched bite pushes your body closer to decline. If burning cheese in the microwave can silently age your kidneys and arteries, the next mistake on this list is even more alarming. Number 5. Pairing cheese with sugary fruits like grapes or figs. For many seniors, a cheese platter with grapes or figs feels classy and harmless, but this pairing can quietly wreak havoc on your blood sugar and heart health. Cheese is rich in saturated fat and sodium, while grapes and figs are loaded with quick-digesting sugars. When you combine the two, you create the perfect storm. Fat slows digestion, while sugar spikes glucose, forcing your pancreas to work overtime. Over 60, insulin sensitivity drops sharply, meaning your body struggles to manage the surge, leading to dangerous blood sugar swings. A 2018 study published in Diabetes Care showed that older adults with frequent sugar and fat meals had a 27% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes within 5 years. Now picture this. Evelyn, 69, loved her evening ritual of cheese cubes and a handful of grapes. Within months, she began feeling dizzy spells and constant thirst. Her doctor confirmed rising blood sugar levels edging dangerously toward diabetes. The danger goes beyond sugar. High insulin spikes followed by fat-slowed digestion trigger triglyceride buildup in the blood, raising cholesterol and clogging arteries. For seniors already dealing with slower metabolism and weaker blood vessel elasticity, this combination can accelerate plaque buildup and push blood pressure into dangerous zones. Cheese can absolutely be enjoyed, but pairing it with high-sugar fruits is like pouring gasoline on a fire. Swap grapes for cucumber slices, figs for cherry tomatoes, and you'll still get the crunch and freshness without the sugar overload. If mixing cheese with sweet fruits is risky, the next mistake is even worse because it's about a bacteria threat that can literally turn a single bite into a hospital visit. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 4. Using mold-ripened cheeses like brine or blue if you have weak immunity. One of the most overlooked mistakes seniors make is eating mold-ripened cheeses such as brie, camembert, Roquefort, or blue cheese when their immune system is already weak. These cheeses are deliberately cultured with specific molds that give them their unique taste and texture. While harmless for many, they can be extremely risky for seniors whose immunity is compromised by age, diabetes, kidney problems, or medications like steroids and chemotherapy drugs. The reason is simple. The molds create an environment where dangerous bacteria, such as Listeria monocytogenes, can thrive. Listeria is rare, but it's deadly. Older adults who get infected face a 20% mortality rate, according to the CDC. Here's the science. As the body ages, immune defenses decline. White blood cells respond slower, inflammation lingers longer, and gut barriers weaken. Mold-ripened cheeses slip through these defenses, introducing pathogens that a younger immune system might neutralize, but an older one cannot. A 2017 European Food Safety Authority report showed that seniors over 65 were 10 times more likely to develop serious illness from soft, moldy cheeses than younger adults. Now imagine this. Gerald, 74, prided himself on being adventurous with food. He enjoyed blue cheese crumbled on his salad every night. One evening, he developed a fever and stomach cramps, and within 24 hours, he was in the hospital with sepsis from a Listeria infection. Doctors told him that what his body once tolerated had now become a direct threat. The risk doesn't end with infection. Mold spores themselves can trigger allergies, worsen asthma, or inflame airways in sensitive seniors. Even if the bacteria don't invade, the immune system can flare up, leaving you tired, congested, or struggling to breathe. The solution is not to fear all cheese, but to be selective. If your immune system is fragile, stick to hard cheeses like Parmesan, Cheddar, or Swiss, which are aged in conditions hostile to dangerous bacteria and much safer for seniors. They still deliver calcium and protein without the microbial risk. So if moldy cheese can send you to the ER, wait until you see the next mistake, because it's about a hidden overload that silently pushes your blood pressure into the danger zone. Number 3. Eating cheese made from unpasteurized milk. Another mistake that can be fatal for seniors is eating cheese made from unpasteurized milk. Pasteurization is the simple process of heating milk to kill dangerous bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria. When milk is left raw, those pathogens can remain alive inside the cheese, and for older adults with weaker immunity, even a small dose can trigger life-threatening infections. The CDC has documented outbreaks where unpasteurized cheeses caused severe illness in seniors, with hospitalization rates climbing above 80% among those affected. For younger people, raw milk cheese may only cause mild stomach upset, but for someone over 60, the stakes are higher. The body no longer produces stomach acid as strongly, which means bacteria survive the digestive tract more easily. Add in chronic conditions like diabetes or kidney disease, and an infection that might last a week in a younger adult could spiral into sepsis or organ damage in a senior. Take Margaret, 72, who bought artisanal goat cheese at a farmer's market. Within 2 days of enjoying it, she developed severe diarrhea and fever. Her family rushed her to the hospital, where doctors traced the infection to unpasteurized milk used in the cheese. Even beyond infection, raw milk cheese often contains higher levels of histamines, which can trigger headaches, flushing, or heart palpitations in sensitive seniors. That aged flavor some people love can be the very chemical that disrupts your body's balance. The safe choice is clear. Always check the label and choose cheeses marked pasteurized. It's a simple swap that could mean the difference between a safe meal and a medical emergency. If raw milk hides invisible bacteria, the next mistake is even more deceptive. Number 2. Adding cheese to every meal. Cheese is delicious, but one of the biggest mistakes seniors make is adding it to nearly every single meal. Whether it's melted over eggs in the morning, sprinkled on soup at lunch, or layered thick on pasta at dinner, this constant exposure piles up massive amounts of sodium and saturated fat without you even noticing. For a senior, that's a dangerous load. The USDA reports that adults over 60 who consume cheese daily often exceed 150% of their recommended saturated fat intake, a habit linked directly to clogged arteries, rising cholesterol, and increased risk of heart attacks. The science is clear. Saturated fat and sodium work hand in hand to damage blood vessels. Sodium retains water, straining the heart, while fat stiffens arteries and narrows circulation. In seniors whose vascular systems are already less flexible, this daily assault speeds up hypertension and increases stroke risk dramatically. A 2020 study in hypertension research found that seniors who ate cheese at more than one meal a day had 40% higher rates of uncontrolled blood pressure compared to those who ate it occasionally. Picture this. Louis, 70, loved cheese so much he topped every dish with it. Within months, his doctor warned that despite medication, his blood pressure numbers were climbing dangerously. His innocent topping habit was slowly sabotaging his health. Cheese should be enjoyed like a seasoning, not the main course. A sprinkle can deliver calcium and protein, but piling it on 3 times a day flips it from nutrient to toxin. Seniors must learn to savor it sparingly, treating it as a highlight instead of the star. And if cheese at every meal raises the pressure slowly, the number one mistake is even more shocking. It's a hidden danger most seniors never think about until it's too late. Number 1. Overeating low-fat diet cheese. It sounds safe. It sounds smart. Supermarket labels scream low-fat, light, and diet cheese as if they're the perfect choice for seniors watching their weight or cholesterol. But here's the shocking truth. Low-fat cheese can be more dangerous than regular cheese when overeaten. Why? Because when fat is stripped out, food manufacturers replace it with sodium, artificial stabilizers, and gums to mimic the creamy texture. The result is a food that tricks your taste buds but punishes your body. Science proves it. A 2016 study in the Journal of Food Science and Nutrition found that low-fat cheeses contained up to 35% more sodium per gram than their full-fat versions. For seniors, that sodium surge pushes blood pressure into the danger zone. Pair that with stabilizers that disrupt digestion, and you have a recipe for bloating, irregular heartbeat, and kidney strain. Even worse, eating low-fat cheese often backfires psychologically. People think it's healthier, so they eat twice as much. That's how a so-called diet choice silently becomes a daily health trap. Here's a chilling example. Ruth, 66, swapped her beloved cheddar for low-fat slices, believing she was protecting her heart. Within 6 months, she was shocked to learn her blood pressure was spiking higher than before. Her doctor explained that the hidden sodium in her healthy cheese had been silently undoing all her efforts. The biology is simple. Seniors need some healthy fats to absorb vitamins like A, D, E, and K. By removing natural fat, low-fat cheese reduces absorption of these vital nutrients, leaving bones weaker, immune defenses lower, and muscles more vulnerable. What looks like a smart choice ends up robbing your body of the very fuel it needs to age strong. The harsh reality is this. Overeating low-fat cheese is worse than enjoying a small portion of real cheese. One loads you with sodium and chemicals. The other delivers nutrients your body can actually use. The label may say light, but the consequences can be heavy and, in some cases, fatal. So, if you thought cutting fat was the safe move, think again. This final mistake is the perfect reminder that when it comes to cheese, smarter choices, not fake ones, are what truly protect seniors over 60. So, there you have it. 8 cheese mistakes that might look harmless, but can quietly destroy your health after 60. From late-night snacks that fuel acid reflux, to processed slices that spike your blood pressure, to low-fat diet cheese that tricks your body into weakness, each of these habits has one thing in common. They pile invisible stress on an aging body that simply can't fight back like it once did. The lesson is simple but urgent. Cheese itself isn't the enemy, it's the way we handle it. Eating it at the wrong time, in the wrong form, or in the wrong amount can turn comfort food into a silent weapon against your heart, kidneys, and brain. Science makes it clear. Seniors who approach cheese with awareness and moderation live stronger, longer, and with fewer hospital visits. Now I want to hear from you. Do you still eat cheese every day, or have you already cut back? Which of these mistakes surprised you the most? Share your story in the comments. I'm reading every single one, and you'd be amazed how many seniors connect and learn from each other's experiences right here. If this video opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, share it with a friend or family member who loves cheese, and subscribe so you never miss the health truths that could save your life. Every comment, every share helps this channel reach more seniors who need these answers now. Stay strong, stay aware, and remember, your health is in your hands, and one smarter choice today can rewrite your tomorrow. If you have any questions or want to share your personal experience, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. We're always listening. Thanks for watching.